Welcome to another episode of the RICOH THETA USB API tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to take a Raspberry Pi, connect it to a RICOH THETA Z1 with a USB cable. Then we'll issue a command using a bash script to take the picture. We'll download the picture automatically from the Z1 to the Raspberry Pi and delete the pictures. It's fairly simple to take a picture. We'll be using PTP cam inside of a bash shell script with PTP capture. We'll then list the files with PTP cam-L. We'll extract the file handler using some bash syntax. And then we'll get the file onto the Raspberry Pi with PTP cam-get-file with the handler ID. Finally, we'll delete the file from the Z1 with PTP cam-delete-object and the handler ID. Let's get started. Using WSL2, I've SSH'd into the Raspberry Pi. And I have Emacs open here. You can use any editor. Let's first take a picture. It's PTP cam-capture. Let's run the script. I'm calling it take download delete.sh. And it just took the picture. We're off and running here. Okay, this is just a bash shell here, just to test it first, right? So if you do PTP cam-L, you'll see all the files, but we actually only want to get, we don't want this top portion here. So I'm going to grep for all the file handlers are at 0xx, right here. So now I just have the listing of the file handlers, but I'm going to cut out the first portion. So now I just have this, which is a little easier to work with. We're going to want to extract the last file handler here. So first I'm going to drop this into an array. All I did so far is just drop it right into my bash script here. I'm going to comment out the take pictures so we don't fill it up during testing with a whole bunch of pictures. And then I'll run my script again. So you can see that the script is working. We'll use read array. So I'll create a variable file ls. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, forgot the how many files are in the array. So get the number, the length of the array file. The array name is file ls, and we'll look for all of them. Hopefully we can now see how many files are on the camera. Oh, there's 3 files on the camera, so we can verify this. with, yep. From the command line, there are 3 files from the camera. So this little test so far is working. But I want to get the last file here because I just want to take the picture and delete the last file. And I'm just going to grab the index of the array, which is 1 minus, it's the number of files minus 1. So let's do that. So mathematical operation in bash, and we can just run it right here. Test it. Index of the last file is, which makes more sense. Let's try it out. Okay, it's working. So I'm going to pull in the last line, right? So this last line here. Let's call it handler line because we're trying to get the handler. Okay, this file ls is from right here, right? When we read in the array. Split the line because there's this colon here, so I'm going to split it on the colon. And extract the actual handler. So I just want the hex number. So when I split it, I just want the first the first element of the array. So that first element, this handler line 0, is hopefully that's this portion here, right? Because it's going to split it. It's 0 and then 1 element of the array. Get file equals. So the ptp cam command is ptp cam -- get - file equal, and then it's the handler ID, right? So the handler ID is this thing here, 0x, and it ends in 390. So ideally, that's the one we should get if it works. Oh, it's working. Oh, it's right here. File's working. Let's now delete the file. Okay, let's take a picture so that if it works, it should be incremented at 10871, right? Oh, PTP cam. I'll just run it from the shell. Take, download, delete. Okay, I took the picture. And looks like it deleted 10871. There it is. Yep, deleted it. So it's always kind of nice to test it since it's a camera and you can see the pictures, but because I have SSH into the Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi is fairly underpowered, I'm gonna transfer it to my Windows machine just to test it. Okay, so right now there's nothing here. So I'll SFTP to the Raspberry Pi. And then I'll grab it. So fast. It's here. Once again, the Z1 images just look fantastic, man. This camera is great. Okay, thanks for joining us. It's a successful project. Congratulations, you now have a few different choices. You could drop a SSD or NVMe storage device onto that Raspberry Pi and then store a bunch of images on there. Maybe come back at the end of the day to build your time lapse, or push it up to the cloud. I have some demonstrations on how to push it up to some type of hosted server so you can view it in a web browser and make it accessible to the world. Either way, it seems to be, both situations seem to be good. You could also push it up, of course, to the cloud and process it there, or process some of the pictures on the Raspberry Pi. This is part of a 5-video series so far. This will be the 6th video on using the USB API. Subscribe to the channel. You'll be getting more updates on these type of tutorials. If you like this particular video, give this one a like, and then we'll use the feedback to build videos of this type here. If you have any questions, just drop a comment in the comment section of it, and have a great day.